You suck. But here are 5 ways you can change that. From being terrible to being that athlete you've always wanted to be, dominating the pitch and showing your friends you're better than them. Number one, your mental state. If your mental or your brain isn't up to date and doesn't know what it's doing, how are you going to kick the ball? How are you going to see? If you didn't have a brain, you wouldn't be you. If you can control your brain, you can control everything you do. Unfortunately, most people, especially the kids younger nowadays, will never understand this. Most people don't tell them this. Your mental will allow you to play. If you think about it, you never learn the hardest part of a topic. You always learn the basics. For instance, math. You never learn what PEMDAS is first grade. You always learn addition and subtraction, and then you put it all together. Think of mental state is that you want to learn what allows you to do these things before you do it. So then you can better understand why something is happening. So if you mishit the ball, you won't look at your foot and say, oh, it's the shoes, it's this, it's that. It's never that. It's always you. If you can figure out those things on a basic level, you can make it far in life, not just soccer. Number two, dedication. If you train for one day, the next day you will not be better. I'll take that to the grave anytime. If you juggle for 100 times one day and the next day or the next week you don't juggle at all, you're not gonna hit the max again. I promise you. As long as you keep training and dedicating your time to training, you will become better. And I'm not saying 5 hours or 8 hour trainings. It's a calm. As long as it's quality, you could go for 45 minutes to an hour. That's what I do. I do weightlifting in the morning and then a 45-minute training session after school. It's not hard. As long as you put time and dedication into it, it'll all add up and it'll all work for you in the end. Number three, stop doubting yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Every time you blame yourself, you punch yourself in the face. If you keep punching yourself in the face, you're not going to have a face. I'm sorry. You're not going to have a face. Every time you do that, you're losing your confidence and you're losing your love for the game. I was 10 and I would keep on saying, "Oh, I missed a goal. I suck." And I would never do anything about it. And it kept on going for 2 years, and eventually I quit for a whole year because I was so burnt out. And then when I was 14, the following year, I loved the game, but I missed that whole year to develop, and that set me back tremendously. So I'm here to tell you, do not beat yourself up. Learn from that mistake. That mistake happened to show you what you could have done better, especially after a game. Don't say, oh, I didn't dribble him, I didn't beat him. No, think about it as, why didn't I beat him? Put a why or how come this happened. Don't say, I could have, I should have. No, we don't want to it-ifs, if you know what I mean. If you can, once you answer that question and it happens the next time in a game, you're going to be better at it. You might not beat him that next time, but you might understand, okay, I should do this. You do it. It doesn't work, but you see the progress. You didn't get slide tackled like the first time. He just got a foot in there and hit it out of bounds. Trust me, it works. Number four, watching the ball too much. When you're playing, you don't want to watch the ball the majority of the game. When you watch pros, they're constantly looking left, right, behind, even up. They're doing this to understand what is happening on the field and painting a picture of what they want to do when they get the ball. For instance, if you're a midfielder, let's say a 6, a CDM, you're always under pressure. that is. You're always under pressure. But if you can predict where that pressure is coming from, when you get the ball, you know where you can and cannot go. This is why you do not watch the ball 24/7. You want to know where the ball is, so you obviously have to look at the ball, but you don't want to be staring at the ball, watching it like it's a movie. You want to know where the ball is enough to understand where you should be. It's a difference, watching the ball and knowing where the ball is. Okay? And lastly, the most important thing I believe beginners should focus on is mobility and stretching. Matter of fact, any athlete. if you're a football player watching this, soccer player, whoa, no, football, American football, if you know what I mean. Football and American football player, this applies to anybody. Stretching and mobility is first priority. If you have no legs, how are you gonna play? How are you gonna run? If you have no legs in American football, how are you gonna run? You can't catch that ball. You're not a running back. You're not a DB. Like you can't operate. If you're always tight and you don't take your stretching seriously, you're going to get injured. I have friends that have gotten an ACL tear this year and lost out on college offers because of it. You do not want that to be you, especially when you're young. Take it seriously. Take it like it's your life. If you, trust me, getting hurt is not the best thing. And you might think, oh, Neymar or Ronaldo, like, I don't see him stretching. Yeah, because they stretch before the game. When they come out, they're already ready to warm up. Inside, they're stretching. Outside, at home, they're stretching constantly. And not just stretching, mobility, hip mobility especially. If you pull that groin, it's going to hurt like that word. You know what I'm about to say. If you pull that, it's terrible. So take mobility and stretching seriously. I learned that the hard way, and I don't even want to talk about it. It was so bad. Alright, that's the 5 tips I have for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll respond to them within 30 to 45 minutes. I'm just like that. I don't got nobody to talk to, so I mean, that's not good. Anyway, you know what I mean? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.